Hey everybody! Joy here. Way over here in the corner. Can you see me? Here I am. It doesn't look right, does it? Nothing looks right. Everything is topsy-turvy and upside down and backwards and crazy. Oh, I tell you, sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry. So I don't even know. I'm a real organized person, and I like all of my ducks in a row, and I like them all short duck, medium duck, tall duck, you know. And everything is just, the ducks, they're just totally out of control. They're just everywhere. I was doing really good. You can see this used to be the wall here behind me where all my rulers were. Remember? Total ruler wall and thread and ruler. Now it's completely empty. This wall had a whiteboard here and the owl quilt and some more rulers. Totally empty. The room out there that was Jerry's big TV room or movie room or media room or whatever you call it, totally empty. All the recliners that were out there are up at the other house. The bedroom that's up here, it's totally empty. Nothing in it. So up to now, most everything that's been moved has been my stuff. Because my plan was to get rid of everything up here and have the second story of the house done. Then we were going to focus on Jerry's barns. You know, he's got, I can't even remember how many, 6 barns out there. And that was supposed to be the next thing. And we did move another bedroom downstairs for us. We had a guest room in this house that had a king-size bed in it. I bought it for Boo Bear and his wife. And the room across from that room was for their son, Pumpkin Pants. His name's Luke. And I decided to move the king-size bed and the furniture that went with it up to the new house, and that's our bedroom there. Because we still have to live here, right, until we sold the house. So I thought, okay, I'll leave this here for us to sleep on. Take that up there for us to sleep on. Take the recliners up there to sit on, and then get rid of all of them. When we're done with them, put them on Marketplace, sell them one by one, or whatever. We went and bought new furniture for that house. Hasn't gotten there yet. We've been around and around about the furniture with the furniture company. I call them Mattress Brothers. Their name's Mathis Brothers, but I call them Mattress Brothers. 3 weeks ago, they sent a text, your furniture is here, we want to deliver it Wednesday. I'm like, what? I thought it was supposed to be 8 to 12 weeks. It was only 4 weeks. Take 2. It's something every minute, y'all. You wonder why I haven't been making videos. You have to follow me around for a day. That was Jerry asking me for something he should already know. But he keeps forgetting everything. He has been so ill. He has lost over 10 pounds, but not just because of the flu. I kept saying, something's wrong with those pills that doctor has you on, Jerry. There's something wrong with those pills. I said, you are as weak as a kitten. I mean, I would say, help me lift these rulers and take them out and put them in a box and help me take the box downstairs. We'd get downstairs 15 minutes later, and he'd just collapse. He'd say, oh, Joy, I've got to rest. And he'd just land in a chair, fall asleep, go get in bed. It's been unbelievable for the last month. He has been so weak. And it didn't make sense to me that it could just be the flu. I had the flu. I wasn't like that. So I've been, you know about the fainting and you know about the ER. And so I have just been a basket case over that. Because that's not Jerry. Jerry wakes up in the morning, jumps in the shower, jumps out, starts working. I see him again at noon. We eat lunch. He disappears. I don't see him again until dinner. We have dinner and he disappears again until dark. And he's working all the time on his dozer, on his tractor, rearranging all of his nuts and bolts or whatever. I don't think that came out right. But anyway, he has been, today, so weak. He ate some breakfast, worked on his computer for a while, didn't go outside. Well, he went back and forth to find my car, which is over in one of his barns. It needs new tires. So he went over there to see what kind of tires it has, because we're going to order the tires. And so, and then go get them put on. He was exhausted. He said, Joe, I've got to go lay down for a while. I just, something's wrong, I just don't feel good. And so this is what's been going on, okay? I'm fine. I told you I eat, you know, I can be at death's door and still eat. He hasn't eaten hardly anything for weeks. Just yesterday and today. He actually ate a whole roast beef sandwich yesterday and a whole order of fries, which was amazing. Usually half, if he even eats half of a sandwich. So, yes, I was excited about that. But what's happened is we made an appointment with his cardiologist. Now, this cardiologist isn't really his cardiologist. Should I get closer to the camera? Do you want to know what's going on here? I'll tell you in a minute. Let me get closer. So, Jerry's cardiologist here is simply the person that was on duty the night that the ambulance took him with the heart block. Remember, I took him to the closest ER here to where we live. They found out he had a heart block. 2 a.m., they sent him down to Texas, to TMC, to the ER, and 2 days later he had surgery and had a pacemaker put in. So this cardiologist just happens to be the one that was there then. He does not have the greatest reputation. He is always in a big hurry. We've only seen him, yesterday was the second time Jerry saw him. He's always in a big hurry. You're lucky to get 10 minutes with him. The girl that works for him comes in and gets all the information first. He comes in and then he's like, you know, he doesn't really want to listen to you talk and he's in a hurry. Well, several months ago, Jerry was having a problem with sleep apnea because he'd had his shoulder operated on and he had the pacemaker put in the other side. Let me see, pacemaker here, broken shoulder here. So he couldn't sleep on his side. And so he had to sleep on his back. He didn't want to sleep on his back, but he had to sleep on his back. Well, he was having terrible sleep apnea. He was snoring terribly and he kept stopping breathing, and I caught it and talked about it, told the doctor about it. Jerry started having really high blood pressure, like 200. He would wake up at midnight and he would take his blood pressure. He'd get up in the morning and take his blood pressure. So that cardiologist, barely knows him, prescribed some pill. I don't know the name of it, but some pill. Jerry was already on metoprolol and blood thinners, and he prescribed him some other pill. And so Jerry started taking that other pill. Well, then Jerry's blood pressure went down, and Jerry kind of quit checking it. He's like, oh, good, my blood pressure's gone down. Well, the problem, yes, he got the flu, but before he got the flu, and after he's getting over the flu, he still had zero energy. Just zero. Just always tired. I mean, we were going to bed like at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And, you know, if he's in bed, I'm in bed. So my mind was just so worried. I'm thinking, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Because he wasn't himself. He didn't talk like himself. He didn't act like himself. He was so tired, dizzy, weak, faint. So anyhow, I insisted, I made the appointment. I said, you're going to go see that guy, and you're going to tell me when I get off of whatever pill's doing this to you. And Jerry's a pharmacist. And Jerry agreed it was probably some pill. His blood pressure was way low all the time. Under normal, way low. So he went to the doctor 2 days ago. The doctor spent a whole 10 minutes with him. And when Jerry said, I think I need to get off of such and such pill, the doctor said, oh, I don't even have in your charts that I prescribed that for you. Yeah, you wonder why we're not crazy about this cardiologist. So anyway, he said, oh, yeah, you can get off that pill. So Jerry read about it. And evidently it takes 30 days to get the side effects of whatever pill that is out of your system. So Jerry is much better. He's starting to sound like himself. He's much better. He's making phone calls. He's talking in complete sentences. I mean, he wasn't making any sense. He couldn't remember what we were talking about. He couldn't complete a sentence. He would order things and not eat them. And I would say, well, why did you order? I don't need you to tell me what to order. I mean, he was just not himself. Do y'all understand? So I know a lot of you care about Jerry and you know him, so I just want to give you a little update on him. 2 days ago, he got off of whatever pill. But before 2 days ago, remember, Jerry's not acting right. We got here Sunday. This is Friday. So, just this past Sunday, we drove down here to pack. We're supposed to load up his barn and start getting his tools and all of the things he wants to take up there to the other barn, and we're supposed to start packing the barn. I was coming up here, I was going to finish packing up here, get everything else, which isn't much left, out of here. Well, we came home, drove up in the driveway, we both got out of the car. Jerry went over to check on his barns and to walk around the property and go down and look at the pond, and he came back over, about 30 minutes later, and I was actually outside walking around too, just looking at how gorgeous it is. You know, the fall, I love fall leaves, and the leaves were everywhere, and I was kicking them and looking at all the gorgeous trees and thinking, boy, somebody's going to get such a nice place here. And Jerry comes up and he said, Julie, I can't sell this place. He said, I want to keep it. It's ours. He said, I have done all this work here for 25 years. He said he didn't cut down the trees, but he had a bulldozer. He knocked down every tree that got knocked down. He burned every tree that needed to be burned. He built both of the ponds. He built both of the dams. He put up all the barns. He drew this house. He did the plans to this house. And it's just, and of course I'm thinking, oh, you're not in your right mind. You're sick. Your blood pressure's low. This is crazy. So, anyway, I said, fine, if you don't want to sell it, that's fine. But I really can't see that this is downsizing now. And my sewing room is horrible. It's just horrible. So what we have to do now is we have to go up to the new house. It's not new, it was built in 2016. New to us. And I have to start bringing things back here. We have to bring back the recliners. We have to bring back the big sewing table that was here. Not the long arm. The long arm's not moving again. The long arm's set up there, the long arm's staying there. But I need to bring back one of my tables. I need to bring back some of my machines. Oh my goodness. Instead of patching all the holes on the wall where the rulers were, I've got to put the rulers back up on the wall. So anyway, yes, that's what's wrong with me. That's where I've been. Hard to make a video when you don't know what's happening from 1 minute to the next. Down here I'm on my own. Jerry, of course, still doesn't feel well enough to do a whole lot. Although Jerry and I did, a couple days ago, get these 2 tables up here from his barn. He wanted them out of his barn anyway. And so we figured out a way that the 2 of us could get him up here. And it wasn't easy, but we did do it. And then he had to go rest after we did it. But I told him, pardon the hair on me, y'all. You know I've been in my sewing room. Not hair, it's through. My long arm was over here. It's gone now. So I have all this great big long space here. And I bought these tables for our store years ago. When we built our building, our commercial building, I built a room in the back. And I had these 2 tables back there, and I had a television back there, and I had a kitchen back there. So when my little grandkids, back then I had little grandkids, when they would come, I would put them back there in that room so they wouldn't be out with the customers or our employees, and they would have their room to stay in. We had a couple dogs there for a while. We had a cat there for a while. We found a kitty in the back storage room one time there. So anyway, I rescued these 2 tables from the place because they were expensive and I really like them, and I figured someday maybe I could use them. So they've been over in Jerry's barn for years. So I've got them up here now. So I'm going to have my Elysimo. I was going to sell it. I mean, I have it all boxed up. See this great big suitcase? I don't know if you can see the great big suitcase. But back when this was top of the line embroidery machine, Baby Lock, the embroidery module came in this great big suitcase. So all the hoops are in here and the embroidery module's in there. That sucker is heavy. So it will be up here next to this. And y'all, Jerry could be 2 weeks off of this pill, and he could get all the, he has said so many times, something's wrong with my mind. I'm just so confused. My mind is just so confused. Something's wrong with me. Well, if you have really low blood pressure, that can cause that. So I'm hoping as the side effects of this pill wear off, maybe he's going to say, oh my goodness, we need to sell that house down there. Who knows? Who knows? He says absolutely not. He says he's keeping it. He said our kids can figure out what to do with it when we're dead. Well, you know, if we both die the same minute, you know, that's a good plan. But if he goes 5 years before I do, that's a real bad plan. So anyway, I just have to turn all this stuff over to the Lord. When I look back over my life, you can see where it was a really what you thought was the end of the world, horrible time in your life, but it really wasn't. It was just a turning point. It was just a place where God was taking you out of this and putting you over here into this, the better thing. You know, like when I got the divorce from my first husband who became a drug addict. How did I ever know? There's no way I could have ever planned that I would have met Jerry Bernhardt. No way. So I know God is in control. I know He has a good plan. I don't know what the situation with our kids will be. I know my Boo Bear's always there for me. Bless his heart. I love that boy to no end. And if I really needed him, he'd come. He would come if I asked him to. And my daughter will always come if you're in a hospital. You pretty much have to be very sick or in a hospital for my daughter to come. And that's because she's a nurse, and nurses just have to do that. I've decided that must be the reason. So this is my new horrible sewing room. It used to be so nice. You have to look back at my old videos and you can see how nice this room used to be. So this is going to be a table. This is going to be my Lissimo embroidery machine. And then over there, the two pink tables are still there. Some of the machines are gone. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the machines are gone. The computer's gone. Oh, it's just a mess, just a mess. So I've got to get busy. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this room. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't want to bring a bunch of stuff back in here. If I've already moved it, like the long arm, I want to leave it moved. And then I want to, like for instance, I thought, what am I going to do for patterns? I've moved all my patterns. You know, I have 5 boxes of over 500 patterns, and they're all in order by number, and I have made books, catalogs up for them. And so you go to the catalog and you look under dresses, and you look at the pictures, and you think, oh, I want to make that dress. And so it says it's number 25, say. So then I go to my box, which is in numerical order, and I pick out pattern number 25, which would be that dress. Well, now I happen to find, because all my patterns are up there, I found these 2 boxes of patterns I had put in the attic because they were duplicates. And I didn't have room in the boxes of my 500 patterns to keep all these duplicates. Sometimes I had triplicates. So I found those, 2 days ago. Then I found these, they weren't even put together. I found these 2 boxes that are 4 patterns, and they have these little guides in them. You know, I'm a secretary. That's my thing. That's what I did for a living. I was a secretary, and I just love making files and organizing paperwork. So I decided, hey, let's put those together, and let's put all of these patterns in here. I'm going to make the tabs say, I only have 9 tabs. I might make another one. So here's the plan. I've got 9 tabs. I don't know why. One box came with 5, one came with 4. Dresses, tops knit, toppers, pants knit, pants woven, coats, sets, sleepwear, and tops woven. That's my divisions that I'm going to put on these tabs. Then I'm going to put these in just by, if it's a dress, it goes in the dresses. If it's a top, it goes in the tops. If it's a nightgown, it goes in the sleepwear. So that means I don't have to move my patterns back here. I will have this many patterns that I can play with while I'm here. And I can use this table or this table to palmer and plush them. In fact, I want to do it so much. Philly's saying, I want to sew. Me too. Philly's moving today. My friend Philly moved into just a one-bedroom apartment because that's all that was available at the time. And now that she's been, it's way too small. I had a fit. I said, it's way too small. You cannot live here. This is ridiculous. So a duplex came available at this place. It's a retirement place. And it's a 2-bedroom duplex. It has a nice living room, nice kitchen, lots of closets. And so she's moving today. And whoever moved out, in those places, when somebody moves out or dies, they always repaint the whole place and put all new carpet. So it's going to be like brand new, and I'm so excited for Philly. Both of us never want to see another box. Let me tell you. How about I pick a pattern to make. Oh, now the next problem is what am I going to make it out of? I moved on my fabric. Were we talking about fabric? This is all the fabric I have in this entire house. I have this piece of blue knit to make a nice nightgown or a t-shirt. I have this stripedy knit. These came out of the RV actually yesterday. I have this cotton. I have this cotton. And I have this cotton. And of course Lucy is wearing one of the knits I bought at Joann Fabrics. I might make something out of this. I really like how it cowls. I might make a cowl top out of this. We'll see what I have in my box. But I can't get too much done with just this much fabric. I mean, I can't have that many choices. But, and should I even be doing this at all? So, I've got those pattern boxes down here under my feet. We're going to be here another whole week. Since we're not moving from here now, there's no sense me moving anymore. So, I think I'm going to cut something out. We'll see. Let me go think about it and see what Jerry's doing since he hollered up the stairs and wanted me for some reason. And I'll be back in a little while and show you what I decide I want to make. Maybe. I haven't checked the sewing machine situation yet or the thread situation. Who knew I would ever be in this position of not knowing what thread, what fabric, what pattern. I'll be back. Ta-da! These are my new pattern boxes for my sewing room that I moved out of that we're not moving out of. So I've got them both full. I made my little signs, sets, pants, dresses, tops woven, tops knit. That's all I got in this box. This whole box is just tops here. Sleepwear. I've got 2 sleepwears. Oh, I'd love to make a new nightgown. Don't you like a new nightgown once in a while? And I have so many of them. This one here. Yeah, this one here. You know, I could use this and make a nightgown. I got that goofy looking stripe right there. Maybe I'll make a nightgown. I'll hold it up close so you can see. It's Simplicity 9219. The only thing is, I don't like to sleep in a dress, so I would probably want to make pants. So probably I would make this top and some pants, and I probably don't have enough fabric for that. So I probably need to make the gown. Probably what I'll do is I'll make the gown and I'll put the sleeves in it, huh? So this is 1 yard. So from your shoulder and hold your arm out as far as you can. That's 1 yard. And then this is, oh, see my hand keeps on going. So I'd say half a yard. Now see, wouldn't that be ugly? That would be so ugly with that big black blob dripping down there. I don't like that. So I'll have to make it this way. You know, that could be, hey, that's kind of cute, huh? And then you got to make sure that your pokey parts don't poke out. Because you can't wander around in a nightgown with your pokey parts poking out. So we'll have to see about that. But I think I will. I think I'll cut out. Oh, there's a stripe down the middle. We can't have a stripe down the middle. We'll cut around that. hopefully that's the center, and make myself a new nightgown to sleep in tonight. Wouldn't that be fun? And just completely forget that we almost moved, and then we did move, and then we were going to sell this house, but now we aren't going to sell this house, and so now I'm going to sew something. But wait, even in a house with no fabric, I have another knit. How about this pretty color? I could make a nightgown out of it. I have nightgowns this color. So you got to do the pokey parts. I don't know. At least you can't see through it. You know, you don't want to see through your nightgown. And make it plenty full so it doesn't fit, you know, every lump and bump and That's me. You do you. Hey, look at me. I'm happy. Do you see me smiling? Not because I have ice cream. My husband found these mini ice creams back, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. And we have to have one every day now. Here's the thing. I figured out what's wrong with me. I'm going through withdrawal. I am going through withdrawal, big time. I just did a tiny little project. I don't know if it'll show when you first watch me here, but I had a hump here and I had a hump here. These pants, I've never worn them before, I got them out of my closet today. And they had chubby thighs. A lot of women carry weight in their thighs. Well, I don't. I'm just straight as a stick on my thighs. And so I decided, I took a picture. Here it is. So I uncovered my 740. I found some thread, wound the bobbin, put my thread on, plugged it in, and I sewed. It felt so good. It was like I took a drug, a calm me down drug, a happy drug. It just felt so good to hear the machine and have my hands going through it. You don't realize what things in your life really connect with your soul. Is that a dumb sentence? I don't even know what that means. But anyway, it made me happy. And so then I sewed up the hump. Then I thought, oh, I need a serger. So I looked around, and I have 3 sergers here still. One of them had navy blue thread. So I used it, and I sawed off the hump on each side. And then I took it out and held it up, and it just made me so happy. Isn't that, I told Jerry, I said, I'm so cheap. The cheapest little nothings make your wife happy. This ice cream helps too. Now I got a Palmer and Flesh, my nightgown. I'll be back. I've decided something else that's cheering me up. Number 1, Jerry's gone. I don't have to keep going downstairs to see if he's resting or about to faint or... Since he got off that pill 2 days ago, he's doing so much better, way better. Okay, I'm so excited he got off that pill. All right, so here we are. We're going to do Palmer and Flesh. I have made a verb out of Mrs. Palmer and Mrs. Flesh, and I call it Palmer and Fleshing. Palmer and Fleshing is taking the paper pattern, cutting it out, doing some measurements and a few adjustments, and trying it on like it was the actual garment, the paper, to make sure it's going to go around your tummy, go around your waist, go around your chest, fit you on your shoulders, has a neckline you like. It is a wonderful, wonderful way. Now, if I had my Fit Nice system here by Judy Kessinger, oh, I just love Judy. Judy just had 2 classes I signed up for, but anytime she has a class on the weekend, I always miss it. And anymore, with Jerry being in my life all the time now, I mean, he's always just at my elbow. I just haven't been able to take her classes, but I love her system. I would always, always, always recommend the Fit Nice system. For those of you who just want to make something simple like this, make a simple top, make it in a day, make something you like and you will wear. Simple, simple, simple. And you cannot get nicer or more helpful than Judy Kessinger. She owns it. You can email her anytime. She gets right back to you. She's just wonderful. If you ever have a chance to take a class by her, and I'm not an associate or an affiliate or anything, Judy Kessinger is still the owner. She still owns it, and she still does the classes, and she still does everything. I highly recommend it if you want to do a simple make. But I don't have it here. I moved it. I moved it to my other house. So I'm having to go back to a regular pattern. Now some of you may remember my mother, how my mother got dementia and she moved in here, and I had the immense blessing. I never thought it would be, but it was an immense blessing to be able to take care of her in her final years. So we're going to cut out, oh now my mother, I started to tell you, my mother sewed. She made all of her clothes, a lot of our clothes when we were growing up. She's an excellent, excellent seamstress. And Daddy was an engineer. And Daddy used to help her change her designs or help her make sure the fit was right, but Mother was really good with fit too. And she never taught us. She didn't like teaching. She didn't want to teach us how to do it. So I didn't learn anything from my mother regarding sewing. But I used to sit and watch her, and she would open up a new pattern. It would probably be a Vogue. And she would cut out every single piece in the pattern. I don't do that. I cut out the piece I need. All I need is the front and the back and a sleeve. So I'm going to pull those pieces out of here. Then I'm going to pin them together. Then I'm going to sort of put them on me and go into my triple mirror. I didn't move my triple mirror. I can't move my triple mirror. It's like permanently attached to the wall. And then I'll come back. My goodness, I've had the best afternoon. I've decided that whether you move or whether you don't move, or whether you have one house or two houses or 2.5 like we have with the RV, you still have to stop and have some time to yourself. You still have to. Oh, I feel pumped up again. I mean, it's not like I got a Boo Bear hug or anything, but still. I palmer and fleshed my maybe, not a nightgown. I palmer and fleshed it. It has a bust dart in it now. Probably a little high on the pattern because when you're sewing a knit, the dart wants to sag. But it always depends, are you going to wear it as a nightgown or as a dress? So this fabric is cute. This is the front. It has the bust dart. The bust dart's taped in. I'll show you all the changes I made, okay? For those of you who watch me because of my sewing. Some people say, we don't care about your life. We're here for sewing. Well, this is not a sewing channel. This is a Joy Bernhardt channel. So if you don't like what I'm talking about at any particular time, in any particular video, just fast forward, turn the thing off. I'll tell you who you can watch. 2 people that just came to my mind right now. If you really want just sewing, there's this beautiful, beautiful girl. Does she live in Brazil? She lives in Brazil, I think. She's got hair, long black hair to here. She's very pretty. She sews constantly. I think she made like 158 garments last year. And if you go to her channel, what's her channel called? It's called Lifting Pins and Needles. And her name is Karina Trinidad, I think. And oh my goodness, does that girl sew. And she shows you how she does every single pattern. She's very, very good and a wonderful teacher. So if you're just looking for sewing, just leave me and go check out Lifting Pins and Needles. And there's another lady, her name is Jennifer Stern, S-T-E-R-N. And she just did something that is so cool. And I don't want to make this video so long, so I won't tell you about what she did. But if you go over there and you watch her latest video at Jennifer Stern or Jay Stern, just search her. She has made up this chart that you can use to help you do what I just did. It's palmer and fleshing to me. I don't know what she calls it, Jennifer Sterning maybe. So you can see here, this did not have a bust dart before. Why did I put a bust dart in it? Because when I put the pattern up to myself, it fit me great in the shoulders. It was too big in the neck, front and back, even though I made a smaller one than I needed. And it didn't reach my center front. So in order to reach your center front, you have to do what's called a full bust adjustment. So in the front, I've taken a tuck in the neckline. I've changed the slope of the shoulder. I put a full bust adjustment in it, which adds ease right here all the way down. Now this is very full at the bottom, and I don't like full stuff, especially if it's a nightgown. I just hate it. I get tied up in bed and I can't even get in or out. I hate long gowns in bed, or really, really wide ones. And so I widened this, but closed it at the bottom. So I got the fullness up here in my belly and where I need it. So that's all I did at the front. You can see in the back a little better maybe. I think you can see in the front. And the back, what did I do to the back? In the back. What is it cute fabric? Well, you know, sometimes I think fabric's really cute. And then I make the top, or the blouse, or the pants, or the whatever, and I think, oh, what was I thinking when I chose this fabric? So this is the back. The back. I have put a sway back correction right here, which just means I took a tuck. I took a tuck right here because I have a sway back, and I always end up with too much material here. Now I made the top I had on, and so it has a sway back in it. Sway back, round back. Why do you do a round back? Because you have a round back, and you need more fabric to get your top up to your neck. I'm about to go dead on battery, my friends. We had to do a battery change there. Sorry about that. I don't know what DP means, but it was blinking. DP. I don't know what that means. Y'all let me know. Okay, so here, change the shoulder slope to match the front. Added a round back, 1 inch, so the top of this gets to the top of me. And sway back, and that's all. That's it for the back. Oh, and I tucked the back neck. So I took a neckline tuck right here. How do I do that? You go over to a seam allowance. There's a seam allowance right here on the sleeve. There's going to have a sleeve in this. I cut from the neck over to here, jumped over the seam allowance, and cut the rest of the way out, and then I just crossed it over right here. So the neck won't be so huge on me. I did the same thing in the front. Now in the front, you can take the tuck. Y'all know this, you've been watching me forever. In the front, you can take the neckline tuck down to the apex in your bust point here. But I didn't do it. I took it over to the armhole again, even in the front. And it works just fine. It works just fine. So, here's my front and my back. I still have to cut the sleeve. The sleeve will be fine, I don't care about the sleeve. But I want to show you how cute this is. I think I showed you a little bit earlier, but look at this. Usually I don't do stripes around because, you know, you don't want anything adding to the width around you. But look how it's pink on the top. It has a border down there, and so I'm going to put the pink up here and the pink down there. And so that can be fun, right? I don't know. I wish I had a cowl neck on this. I could make it a cowl neck. I don't know if I want to go to all that trouble. I do know how to do it. But I think I'll just leave it a normal neck for now. And put the pink at the top, and then there'll be pink down there, and I think it will be lots of fun. Let's hope that I can match up the pink on the sides, the front and the back. I have to get ready for dinner. Our water isn't broken, but we don't have hardly any water, and it's because a water pipe burst down the street or something. So I told Jerry I just don't know how I could possibly cook with a broken water pipe, so you need to take me out to dinner. So we're going out to dinner. I'll be back. I hope I can do this again tomorrow because this is fun. I am enjoying myself so much. I've only got a few minutes to get ready to go out for catfish, so I wanted to show you. I cut the top. I cut the front. This is the front. Has a bust dart. It's pretty low, even on this mannequin. bust dart, and I was hoping that this pink part would be more low, but couldn't make it that way. I don't even have anything to do the sleeves with, so the sleeves are gonna have to be an invention of some sort. But isn't that kind of fun fabric? I mean, to be one of 4 pieces I've left in this house. I think that's kind of cute, and I think it might even be a real dress because you can't see through it. So, kind of liking it, but I'm going to end this video right now, you guys, because it's almost 6 o'clock. It's a Friday, and if I went ahead and included all the rest of making this garment and trying it on and everything, this would be way too long. So I'll just start another one tomorrow. How about that? Bye for now.